Okay, in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to explain what we're going to do with the final project. So we start from last week. You all get the review what the Xiang Tea website will be about. So basically, it's going to sell teas. And here is an interview, client interview video recording, and you can review again if you want. So basically our goal is converting a prototype into a working website or an app. If I know some of the students may choose to build an app instead of website, and the client would appreciate both format. So with the interview, we conclude some of the major important tasks. So let's assume that Mary is a user. So Mary, one of the goals is Mary want to buy a tea on the website. So before she buy a tea, she would be able to look around the tea and see the different and reading this description and see how much are they. So the first task is Mary should be able to view different type of teas available and the price of them. So on your website, you should be able to complete that successfully. And second is Mary like to learn detail about, I'm just making up, blueberry black teas and see if she would like it. And then she should be able to see what others says about this tea. So it should have a review functions and people can put the review in. And then Mary would like to buy 2 ounces of tea. That should be able to done to be accomplished. May not be the last step, like paying the bill, because we are only working on the client side. And Mary, as a new customer, she should be able to create an account with the website. And if she is a return customer, she would like to log in with her name and be able to see her purchase history, and maybe would like to see her favorite tea she marked before, which will leading us to think about when we review a tea, should we have a function to favorite the tea, so she can look what she favorite on. So that's a customized, like a personalized experience. And Mary would like to share the site with her friends on Twitter or share a particular tea. She should be able to do that, sharing. And after taste the tea, Mary would like to enter her picture of her tea, and also making comments. So nowadays, when we build a website, basically we build a platform for people to discuss the product, to discuss and to promote the product for you. So we're not going to just give a still website and the user cannot interact with that. So your user will be your marketer. And also I talked to the client one more time and trying to learn more about the project. So what the client told me is that there is a part of the component was missing or additional to original prototype was she liked to produce some educational part of the organic tea. So all the teas she is selling on the website would be organic, and she would like to put in some videos and to showing how the organic tea was processed. So that's an important part. And she also mentioned she would love to see a background of videos showing. She didn't have the video provided yet, but processing tea and making the websites more like motion with the producing teas. So here is the early prototype we have, and here is the new information architect of the site. Let's see. Okay. It's very So xiang tea is the name, and you have frequent asked questions, social media, and sign in. She like those to be on the right top part, and then about xiang tea, and also underneath that the history will be about xiang tea, and also about organic tea will be their specialty, and how the tea was produced, and also the nutrition and healthy index of organic tea. So she will explain that in detail. And one part was not in the original design was this My Tea. When a user log in, this My Tea part will show up, and then you will be able to have a list of favorite teas you have favorite on, and also the order history. When a person is not logged in the account, you will not be able to see this part. So the remaining part will show up. First is she sell tea leaves, and she is emphasized on this production line is herb wellness tea. So she have different categories, cold defense, etc. And underneath of those have a list of teas that she will have, and under each of the tea you will have the favorite. You can have a little heart there. You can click on and share the tea taste to your friends, and adding to card and to buy, and of course having price, quantity there, and each of the categories the same way. And tea leaves you have under subcategory green teas, black teas, white teas, and what else? Blended tea, etc. And then tea side or tea accessory, she didn't decide what she want to call, and you can decide the name a tea accessory or tea set or tea wares. So basically it's a list of things associated with the tea, to tea associates, accessories like a tea table and teapot, and filter, all of that is also list of things she want to sell. And gift pack is particular for somebody like me, lazy. Oh, I want to buy a tea for my brother, for my sister-in-law. Then I just click on that and say, yeah, this is the pack, right? And so add the chart, and so then I finish transaction and send it to her. And then contact us would be having the phone numbers and also a form for feedback. So that's the structure. So let's look at the what we have the prototype so far. And she so far like the out of those 3, 4, 4, 5 prototype we had from last class, and here is the one she like. So she said that the logo is very clear, and then you have teas, you have specials, and a bad context, but it's just a very smaller scope. She don't quite like the color here. She like more green, but she like the way it been laid out, very consistent, and the top menu and the bottom menu is very, very good. And she like the specialized tea of the month, um, you know, um, and then each tea. Then you can go to each sections to see. So basically, for each tea is having a very similar things here. Then you get description of each teas. But as far as the structure, we need to change the structure more like what the structure I just showed minutes ago. So what we really need to do, and she also gave the content and images so far. She prepared right here, and I can show you what that does include. So it does include many pictures. Those are more blended, her herb related tea, and then some, let's see, some description of the about the tea, and why organic tea, and production line, and tea wares, some samples, and you can use the pictures is already there in the prototypes, or find some free image. Make sure it's free image and description here. You can feel free to use, and she will sending us more as we go. So what we need to do really for this week for us is we're going to start with the prototype we had in the last class, and then we're going to rebuild the prototype in XD. So Adobe XD is a free tool actually for prototyping purpose. It's going to take a little time to getting familiar with the with a XD. So here is a lot of tutorials for you to start with. Start and lay out, and then adding the interactions. So basically we are going to create a new version of the prototype. And the second thing we need to do is using Dreamweaver, just like what we did with the family site. We're going to build a template for the site, converting that prototype we created into a working site. We don't have to finish everything for all the pages we stop this week. We can just finish the template, then we're going to add more pages for next week. And also the next week, we're going to add in cascading style sheet. So in the meantime, I would like you to create a folder in the, let's see. Oh, I have this already. So create a folder in your your 322 class, and then create a folder called Xiang Tea. And then putting all the content and the image. Create an image folder to put all the images in, and then content as well. So in image, you load all the image in, and then process the image at same size. As we can see, when we sell the teas, then we really need to have the same size of the same filter effect of the pictures to keep the consistency. So so as I said, if you haven't done reading chapters and complete them, and also study the task, study all this we talk about, and create a new XD prototype, and then create a template in the Dreamweaver. I do have the Dreamweaver tutorial here listed to show you how to create a responsive website with the Dreamweaver, just to start. So so that's pretty much it.
Responsive web design is an approach to building websites that are optimized for browsers across desktops, tablets, smartphones, and other mobile devices based on a single design. The new responsive web design features in Dreamweaver CC 2015 include visual tooling support for Bootstrap and the ability to add Bootstrap components, a draggable scrubber in live view, and visual media query breakpoints. Bootstrap is a popular framework because it provides much of the layout and functionality for a website, allowing you to modify it as needed. I can also use the new features to create a responsive website design with Bootstrap CSS.
So I'm going to pause here and let you watch it. If you get a question, please put in the discussion, or I'm going to create a discussion thread for discussion question for the homework. Okay, from this week, and also send me email, make appointment for on Zoom. We'll get all the question answered, and so we can move forward. All right. You all have a great day, a great week.